a related subject, the subject of wealth. Because when I say, well, look, the information is controlled by corporations and the corporations are concerned with money. Money as a measure of wealth. When we talk about, and I've heard you speak on the subject, the haves and the have-nots of the world. The haves, we're talking about wealth as is measured in gross national product, as opposed to wealth measured in the quality of the air, the amount of arable land, the amount of water table that could feed that land, that it would enable a population to feed itself. All of this as a measure of the wealth of the planet. If we look at that, we may conclude that the wealth of the planet is not growing, but decreasing. When people, and the haves, they may actually have less than some of the have-nots, because they have more pollution. So the concept of wealth as it's attached to motivation, doesn't that have to change in order for us to be happier as a people and a healthier planet for all sentient beings?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the very concept of wealth, or the meaning of wealth. Wealth, I think something which give us happier, or happiness, or satisfaction. So money, one of them. But then I think sometimes you see people, narrowed the wealth, just the money. I think here, I think the factor, one factor, major factor, we, humanity, the two levels of happiness and suffering or pains. One, mainly sensorial level, physical level. One, mental level. In previous centuries, early period in the century, people facing serious concern about their stomach, disease, education, these things. So, Western's, or the scientific sort of development, or technology development, or industry revolution, these are mainly because we need urgent sort of, material necessity. So it is quite nature. The mental problem or pains or experience in the mental level and the physical level is more, urgent. You can feel more immediate. So therefore, effort to fulfill the requirement of the physical level. So the later part of the 20th century, the very people who once put a lot of effort for material development now begin to realize we need some internal values, or inner value, or inner spirituality. Not necessarily religious belief. Some religious belief also, helpful. Some people, and even without religious faith, but some kind of inner values now talking. So I think that's, Asia is sometimes still the more involved with material development, like India. Millions of people now facing poverty. So naturally, it's a lot of effort for material development. But since we human beings, we have this physical and mental, so we need two sort of sources of satisfaction. One, physical level, that's material, wealth. money also, then the mental level, mental comfort, money alone will not bring the mental satisfaction. Among some my friend could be millionaire, if not billionaire.
That's right.
But mentally, not a very happy one. Lot of frustrations, lot of worry, and they're relying on drinking alcohol, or sometimes you see sleeping pills, or sleeping pills like that, tranquilizers, things like that. So I think the combination, material development and inner spiritual development, these two things must go together. I think that's the proper way to bring more happier world. So I think we should look the world or any sort of matter more holistic view. Then you will see the necessity of taking care of other beside money. But people sometimes too much attached to one particular thing, particular field. So then reality, we need a lot of other. But mentally you feel, oh, this is the most important. So all energy, all effort goes on that line, neglect about other. I think this is our life is something very complicated, very sort of interconnected with whole world or with many other factors. So we have to take care of all these things. So our present education system, I think sometimes, I think we should think seriously or think very carefully whether this present education system is whether sufficient or cover all our matters, all fields which connected with our life. So the wealth, when we talk wealth, just money, I think that just narrow or just take as one just one thing. So not the holistic view. If you look holistic view, then external wealth, internal wealth, some of the positive sort of emotions are, I feel, real wealth, because that brings peace, happiness, and good sleep, good digestion. Through that way, healthier body. So these are real wealth. So those people.
I wish that there were more leaders in the world who said what you said. They don't.
I think
part of the reason that people hold you in such high esteem and have so much love for you when you travel around, with the possible exception of a group in China. Most of the world feels so encouraged by what you say, but the leaders of the governments, they're not saying what you're saying.
I think the elected leaders, they also sort of have a serious consideration about their voters.
About getting reelected.
The voters, also consider more about material wealth.
Well,
So again, circle.